If you don't already have a pool of participants to send your survey to, you might want to use a survey panel provider to source participants that fit your desired demographic or characteristics. A survey panel provider invites participants to complete your 1000 Minds survey, usually in return for a reward of some kind. At the end of the survey, 1000 Minds needs to send the participant back to the panel provider, so the provider knows that the participant completed the survey. Throughout this process, the participant needs to be identified, and so the panel provider provides a unique ID number for each participant. This ID is included in the survey link. There are 4 key things that we need to do in order to link our survey to a panel provider. Set up the survey URL with the panel provider, with participant ID as a parameter. Ask for a redirect link for participants who successfully completed the survey. Ask for a redirect link for participants who completed the survey but were excluded because they failed some data quality checks. If we've included any screen out questions, ask the panel provider for a redirect link for participants who were screened out due to their answers to these questions. First, let's set up the survey URL. We need to email the panel provider our survey link so they know where to send participants. We can find this link on the published survey page, and we can customize it as well if we like, but that's not necessary. We need to tell the panel provider to include the parameter participant ID in the URL, which 1000 Minds recognizes as a unique identifier for each survey participant. So the URL should look something like this. If there are any additional parameters that the panel provider wants to pass on to 1000 Minds in addition to the participant ID, they can do so as well. To see how all this works, let's test the survey link by putting something random as the participant ID in the URL and quickly go through the survey. Now that we're finished, let's go to the participants page. And here we see the response that we submitted with the participant ID. On the progress page, we can see how many people started or completed the survey. And if we export our survey results as an Excel file, we'll be able to match the participant ID to their individual response. After participants have completed the survey, the panel provider needs to record their response. So we need to ask the panel provider for a URL to refer participants back to them. We can also ask them if they would like to provide us with a different URL, allowing them to identify participants whose response was excluded due to failing some data quality checks. For more information about exclusion rules for data quality purposes, view our exclusion settings tutorial. We will place these referral URLs in the Customize menu in 1000 Minds on the Complete page. Here we have 2 options for how we want to send participants back to the panel provider. The first option is to redirect participants directly to the panel provider after finishing the survey, without displaying this Complete page. We can do this by selecting Immediately Redirect to Custom Link here, and entering the redirect URL here, and exclusion URL below. If the survey panel provider gave us additional parameters they want us to pass on to them, we need to add those to the URL as well. If 1000 Minds hasn't worked with this panel provider before, you may get a message that the redirect domain hasn't been approved by 1000 Minds yet. In this case, contact us at team@1000minds.com to approve the domain. The second option for redirecting participants is to display a complete page, which you can customize to display the participant results or add some custom text or other features. Then we can add a button that participants can click to go back to the panel provider. For this option, under Completion Behavior, click Button to Redirect to Custom Link and insert the URLs from the survey panel provider. It would be good to change the page heading from finished to nearly finished, and also edit the text above the button to let participants know that they need to click the button in order for the panel provider to record their response, so the participants don't just close out the window without going back to the panel provider. If you have any screen out questions in your survey, we need to add URLs for those too. So let's navigate to those questions. Make sure that for the answer choice that you want to screen out, you select Screen Out. Then, paste the screen out URL up here. This URL might be the same as the screen out URL for exclusion rules, or it might be different. That's up to the panel provider to decide. For more information about screen out questions, view our Customize Your Survey Adding Additional Questions tutorial. This is all we have to do to successfully link our survey to a panel provider. Now we can go ahead and publish our survey and ask the survey panel provider to test the flow.